everybody, welcome back to Breakfast with Bob. My name is Bob Babbitt, and we are at Clash Endurance Miami. And our next guest, a young woman only 20 years old. She's from Denmark. Her name is Sif Madsen. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Well, you're doing great, but you're injured.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, I got a stress fracture a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, no. And were you doing too much running, too much cycling, or just...
Actually, we don't really know why I got it because we have been really conservative with the training load and trying to take it easy because I am so young. So
Yes.
it was like, we will take it easy and train a little bit less. But then suddenly I was on camp on Club La Santa and had some pain in my leg and found out I had a stress fracture in my hip. So it's really annoying, but we are working close with the experts from Team Denmark and guys that knows a little bit more about the body than me and my coach.
You're 20 years old.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time to rest. So what were your sports like when you were a little girl, like 8, 9, 10 years old? Were you a swimmer, cyclist, runner?
Yeah, I have been swimming my whole life.
Yes.
And then I started doing swimming more competitively. And then I worked my way through to triathlon.
Yes. And when I look at the ITU stats, 19 starts, 10 podiums, 4 wins.
Yeah.
That's good. So was the goal, were you thinking for potentially 2020 for Tokyo? Or more, were you thinking Paris?
Yeah, we tried to go to the Olympics at a mixed relay with the Danish team.
Yeah.
And actually we were quite close. We were at the qualification event in Portugal last year.
Yeah.
And we needed a top 3 spot to go to the Olympics. And we were number 3 all the way around until the last guy on the team. And then we didn't make it, unfortunately. Yeah.
So did you have some individuals make?
Yeah, you can qualify for the Olympics if you have a relay, and then you need to be in top 60.
Individually, yeah, because they don't want to bring separate people in who are just relay specialists.
Yeah.
So then the transition to longer distance, did you feel like, okay, rather than focusing on Paris for another 4 years and potentially not going, why not do this?
Yeah, I think it's because I'm a strong cyclist, and I'm just kind of getting a bit annoyed in the ITU racing because it's always like you can do a lot of work on the bike and then people can just sit on your wheel and run faster than you in the end. So I wanted to try something where I could see if my potential on the bike could really get me.
Well, you're a great swimmer and a great cyclist. And why let people sit on you? I mean, I always look at the ITU races, for the most part, it's everybody is there at the end of the bike. I mean, until Alistair Brownlee and those guys came in, the men's race was always, it was people would sort of sit in, they'd swim hard, cruise around a bike, and run fast. Alistair and Javier changed all that.
Yeah.
And I think, Katie Zafaris and the women's field has just gone like that as well. But it's such a big commitment to go, I'm going to go to Yokohama, Japan, and places maybe I don't want to go to, rather than I can go to Miami. And so do you see yourself as more of 70.3 and staying away from the full for a while?
No, I think I would like to combine it. So maybe do a bit of 70.3 racing and also the ITU. But I think it's mostly because I was really great as a junior.
Yes.
And I was used to like winning most of my races and then going to do like the senior racing against the world's best athletes. It was kind of like tough to just see, now I'm number 20 or 25 and you've just been used to winning. So that's something you need to work on, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look at 2016 Youth European Champion, 2017 Junior European Champion. You see where this is going.
Yeah.
And then 2018 Youth Olympics, 2 medals. But again, that speed that you're doing for the ITU is going to help with everything you're doing 70.3.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think maybe I need a couple more years because I am so young.
Yes.
But I definitely think it could be fun in the future also to do some longer races.
Yeah. So Paris is not out of the question then?
No, I still want to fight to go to the Olympics. That has been a dream since I was a little girl.
Yeah.
It started out that I wanted to go as a swimmer and now as a triathlete. But I just take it 1 year at a time and just do my best and see where it will take me.
What do you learn from this guy, Magnus?
I think I learned from Magnus that he has also been through a lot of injuries and setbacks, and I saw how hard he has been working when he was injured and stuff, and then seeing him like do well in races and start to be one of the best, it's just, I think like then maybe I could also do that.
There's no reason why not. I mean, you're 20 years old.
Yeah.
You're just getting going. And I think the mistake some people make is they go, forget about the short distance. I'm a long distance athlete now.
Yeah.
But the short distance makes you a better long distance athlete.
Yeah, short distance can just be tough sometimes because then if you have a bad swim, you're just out of the race.
Right. You don't control your own destiny.
No.
Where in these races you do. You're only as, you control everything you're training and you're racing.
Yeah.
So what will this season, once you're healthy, what will this season look like for you?
I will do some mixed relays with the Danish team.
Yes.
And then I will also, I think my biggest goal is the under 23 World Championships. It will be my first in that category, and I think it will be quite fun to race against someone that's not like 10 years older than me and just someone my age.
Yeah, racing against people your own age. There's being here, I'm sure you like being here, but not being able to race, that has to be tough.
Yeah, it's really tough also because I had a stress fracture also a year ago in the same bone but the other leg.
Oh my God.
So I have been really unlucky lately, and it's just now I'm just taking a bit of a break and finding something else that's fun and just supporting the people I know and try to just not focus on triathlon so much.
Do you think the stress fractures are coming from too much speed work, too much running? What do you think?
I don't think it comes from too much running because I have been running 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers
so you're
a
keeping
week.
your run low.
Yeah, we have really been keeping it low, and maybe it's because I have been training a lot from a young age and my body is kind of like saying maybe you need some rest now, but we don't really know. We will just try to take it slow and come back slowly again.
16. So you got into triathlon when you were like 14, 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've already got 5 years in as a 20-year-old. So you're a veteran.
Yeah, I have been doing triathlon for longer than Magnus, I think.
That is fun. What do you see ultimately is the type of races you want to do? Is it, hey, I want to be 70.3 world champion. I want to be Ironman world champion. What drives you?
I don't think I have a specific distance I want to like be world champion in, but it drives me to be world champion. And then I will just have to see if that's going to be on the Olympic distance or the 70.3 distance one day. But it's just not easy to say right now because
you're so
young.
Yeah.
But that's really what drives me.
Who do you look at as somebody you admire as a female triathlete, someone who you look at and say, you know what, she's doing it the right way. I want to model my career after hers?
I think Flora Duffy, because like she has been working really hard for so many years, and then seeing her win the Olympics last year, it was just so great for her because it just looks like she has really been working for many years and now it's finally paying off for her.
Overnight sensation, even though she's been racing for 15 years.
Yeah, that's right. And then I think that maybe I'm 20 years and not like winning any races on the senior circuit yet, but then in maybe 5 to 10 years, then who knows where I can be.
So talk a little bit about, I think for a lot of folks, the mixed relay, which premiered this year at the Olympics, was the hit of the games. So much fun, right? Just fast action, over quickly, everybody's going, swimming 300, riding 3, running 1 mile. Is that you like that a lot? Yeah,
I think it's fun because it's very short, but it's also super tough. In the beginning, I was like, oh, it's going to be quite easy because it's only 20 minutes of work, but you are like on the edge the whole time.
Have you looked at Super League?
Yeah, that looks also really brutal.
I was going to say, that looks like it has your name on it. That's something, those mixing in, and we're sort of in a good era with Super League, with the Clash events, because the Clash is not just doing Daytona and Miami, but also they're going to be doing Watkins Glen and Atlanta, and they're eventually 15 events around North America. it's a good time to be 20 years old and have good dollars coming into the sport.
Yeah, there are a lot of great opportunities, and it's easier to see a future in the sport, I think.
Yes, absolutely, because a lot of people, if it hadn't been for the PTO during COVID, a lot of people wouldn't be professional triathletes anymore.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and like in Denmark, it's not very often you see like people, they always think about school and
Right.
like you need to have something in the back to like if you didn't do well in triathlon. But I just think we need more people who will be like, okay, now I'll give this a shot, and if it doesn't work, I can always go back to school.
Of course you can. And what would you focus on school-wise?
Yeah, I just finished high school last year, so now I'm just taking a break because I feel like,
Why not?
yeah, I'm not in a hurry.
You can always go back to college, and this is traveling the world and enjoying yourself and making a few dollars.
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to do it.
No.
Well, I know it's going to be hard for you to watch the race, but have a good time while you're here in Miami. Will you guys stay after the race and spend some time in Miami?
No, we will go home the day after.
Okay, perfect. Sif, such a nice opportunity to get to chat with you, and I look forward, next time we chat, you're going to be racing and not watching.
Yeah, that's the deal.
That's a deal. Sif Madsen has been our guest, everybody. 20 years old. The future is bright. She can do whatever the heck she wants. Again, Breakfast with Bob. Hold on. We'll be right back.